Welcome to another episode of Roll Up a Pull Up. So get your blood rolled and your drink poured. Alright, now what we here on today, Mr. Roll Up. Houston man had message for victim's family just before he was executed in Huntsville. Alright, let's get to it. How about that?
Told his ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend back in 1998 used his final statement to apologize for what he did before he was executed tonight. Matt Doherty is in Huntsville with reaction and a look back at this infamous case. Matt?
Thompson was 27 years old when he killed his ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend. Tonight, he was 55 when he was executed. The Harris County District Attorney says the families of the victims can now have peace. Just before the clock struck 7, family members of Denise Hayslip and Darren Kane emerged from the building housing the execution chamber, reflecting on what they'd been waiting to happen for 28 years.
This is an incredibly solemn moment when the state takes a life. But the relief that this is over for them was palpable.
On April 30th, 1998, Charles Thompson went over to his ex-girlfriend's Houston home. He confronted her new boyfriend, 31-year-old Darren Kane. Denise Hayslip called the police, who made Thompson leave, but he returned 3 hours later with a gun. First, he shot and killed Kane, and then he shot Hayslip in the face. She died days later. The jury convicted Thompson twice. But after his second conviction, Thompson pulled off a wild escape from the Harris County Jail. He managed to put his court clothes back on and convinced deputies he was with the Attorney General's office. This is from when KHOU 11 did a death row interview with Thompson years ago.
When I walked down the steps and turned to walk behind vehicles, I looked over my shoulder. I was expecting like a squad, a goon squad or something to come running out and tackle me. I couldn't believe it either.
He jumped on a train after that and ended up in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Let me stop it right there. So y'all heard that he escaped, right? What I tell y'all about people that escape jail, it's a reason why they escape jail. You don't just escape jail because you're innocent. You don't do that. You escape jail because you're guilty and you know you guilty and you know they about to slam the fuck out of you. You know what I'm saying? How about that?
He was caught by U.S. Marshals while using a payphone outside of a liquor store 3 days later.
Today is about closing the chapter for these victims' families.
In the years that followed, Thompson tried to appeal his convictions many times, most recently today. His execution is the first in the country this year.
He said he was sorry for what happened. He said he was sorry for his actions. He apologized to his children, and he asked his children to find Jesus.
Harris County DA Sean Tier says Thompson never would take full responsibility for what he did. In Huntsville.
All right, that's enough of that. Let's bag this shit up. Let's go right here.
But after his second conviction, Thompson pulled off a...
All right. So we didn't talk about him escaping. That's what crash outs do. People that is innocent do not escape. That's what crash outs do. You know what I'm saying? All right. Nah, I'm not really interested in his case. I really only covered this for one specific reason. What's the one specific reason why you covering this, Mr. Roll Up? Well, he is on death row. Well, they didn't execute him now, but he was on death row. How long was he on death row, Mr. Roll Up? He was on death row for 28 years. What I tell y'all about death row? Just because they sentence you to death row today, that don't mean that they gonna execute you tomorrow. You gonna be on death row anywhere at least 10 to 20 years. This guy been on death row almost 30 years. They drag it out, man. You know, it's paperwork and, you know, processing. It's a lot of shit that go into that death row thing. But they also drag you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, just when you thought that prison was a party, this proves that it's not. They had this man on death row for 28 years waiting on his death. Do you know how stressful that is? Why you think he escaped? He knew this was coming. He knew what they was about to give him. The same thing with the Derrick Groves and Antoine Massey situation, the Louisiana Parish thing. They knew that they was about to get cooked. That's why they escaped. Only people that escape know that they're done for. They know that. You know what I'm saying? And this right here proved it, man. He been on death row for 28 years. And then it's time for him to get executed. And now he want to get to apologizing. It's too late, man. You thought they was going to overturn it because you've been on death row so long, and now you apologize and you thought they was going to overturn your execution? Nah. The system don't play. They going to clap your ass when they clap you. And if you get a death row sentence, you're going to be awaiting your death. That's how death row goes. Anywhere now is looking like 10 to 30 years. I just known it for like 10 to 20 years. But shit, 28 years, that's a whole damn prison sentence. So he spent the whole prison sentence and now they didn't execute him. All because he crashed out. And then when he got in jail, he crashed out again and escaped. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. One more time. Learn from these videos that I show y'all about people going to jail, man. It's not a party. They be on social media acting like it's a joke, but in reality, this shit is real. And you will die in that motherfucker depending on your situation, man. There's plenty of ways how you could die in prison. There's plenty of ways how you can go in there and never come out. Not just necessarily dying in there. You can go in there, catch a case, and never come home. Prison is not a party, man. Take it from Mr. Rollup, a guy that been there. I've been there, done that. I've been around the gorillas, the wolves, whatever you want to call them. The lions, the tigers, the bears. I've been in there with all of them, man. And I learned a hard-ass lesson real quick, young, with a short amount of time. And the lesson is, stay free. Freedom is priceless. Don't nothing beat your freedom. How about that? It's been another episode of Roll Up a Poet. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.